What up, though? LK the Leprechaun dropping another video. This video is gonna be about the rapper 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine got beat up a couple days ago. Rapper tekashi 6ix9ine was jumped in LA Fitness or something like that, in the sauna room in South Florida. I have never talked about him before, not on social media, not with a whole lot of people. Wasn't gonna do no video and talk about him now, but he got his karma. He got beat up, and so I figured this would be a good video, because what goes around comes around. What you put out into the universe, you get back. That's the truth. So let this be a lesson to everybody out there. A video posted on Twitter showed a couple men manhandling, beating up, jumping on the rapper known as tekashi 6ix9ine. I forget his real name. Daniel, he got a Hispanic name. Hernandez or something like that. But yeah, they was you know, the video surfaced on Twitter. They was towering over him, kicking him. You know, so one of them, you know, videotaping it. Everyone videotaping their stuff nowadays. We live in a crazy age of technology. Until they finally let him up, let him leave with a bloody face. Police and EMS were called on the scene to escort 6ix9ine to the hospital. He suffered injuries to his jaw, ribs, and back, according to reports. Now, I say this is a good story about karma because for those who don't know, which I'm sure everybody watching this probably know, 6ix9ine was a rapper who was facing decades in prison on a racketeering case, you know, a RICO case. You know, he was facing some racketeering and some other charges. I'm not sure what the charges were, some type of indictment towards the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods out of New York back in 2019. But he was only sentenced to 2 years after cooperating and helping the feds take down his non-Trey associates. So he's, you know, everyone know he the infamous rat, you know, he a snitch. And we all know the saying, you know, snitches get stitches, and sometimes end up in ditches. That's just the cold truth of it all. Even the assistant U.S. attorney said 6ix9ine will forever have to look over his shoulder, and that's true. He's a trophy now, you know. That's why these dudes beat him up and camcorded it, put it on Twitter and whatever else social media, because he's a trophy. That's why they did that. The first time I ever heard of 6ix9ine, I was at my homeboy's house, and I remember him saying, "Hey, I want you to watch something." And it was one of 6ix9ine's music videos, you know, years and years and years ago, probably when he first came out, probably his first music video. I forget what it was called, but when he was out there in New York with a bunch of red flags and stuff, thinking he was a blood with some bloods. I guess he had some reputable bloods around him. I don't know, but that was my first time seeing him on the music video, and my homeboy was like, you know, what do you think of that? And I told him, I said, the music, you know, sounded all right. I said, I don't know nothing about him, you know, as far as being, you know, a blood or whatever, and being a gangster in the streets. But he got a little, you know, crowd of people with him, and if, you know, if that's what he doing, then that's what he doing, you know. And he was telling me how everyone was giving him a hard time and this and that and the rainbow hair and da 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 da. And I said, yeah, it's a little weird, you know, but, you know, everybody got their own style and their own character, you know, let them be, right? And fast forward, You know, he was all talking on the net, test my gangster, whoop, 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 talking loud. And as time went on, and I seen little clips here and there, I just, you know, I really ain't, you know, like dude too much. You know, I could tell right away that he you know, he didn't grow up like a lot of people I know grew up that be having them red flags. And sure enough, it'll come out, you know, he was using some, you know, some blood homies to get into the music scene and for his videos, and they was using him, extorting him for money. And that's how it goes with a lot of these rappers nowadays. You know, people think they are, you know, gang, as they say nowadays, but they really getting extorted for the money and all that stuff. Tekashi 6ix9ine, is he a real blood? No, he is not. You know, he's come out and said he's not. He testified against, you know, the real bloods or whatever, the 9 Treys. And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to get into all that, but no, he not a real blood. He not a real gang member. He not a real gangster. If he was, he wouldn't have testified. He would have stayed, you know, loyal, and he would have been doing his little 10 or 20 years or whatever, and he would have took that on the chin. That's what real bloods do. That's what real, you know, street warriors do. They know their life they're getting into. When you sign up for this life and you choose this life, or the life chose you, however you feel about it, but when you getting knee deep into the streets, you know what comes with this. You know what comes with it. So, you know the rules of the game. You got to follow the rules. So, that's how it is. Like I said, he wasn't no real blood. He was using whatever blood homies to make it in the industry, and they was using him for the money. That's how it was. That was the relationship from you know, from what I've gathered and researched and heard. My opinion on him now, like I said, he wasn't no, you know, he wasn't no real one. Even, you know, back, you know, I never knew about bro. I still don't know much about bro, but he's blowing up all over the internet now because he got beat up by some. I heard they was Latin Kings. Some Latin Kings got him in Florida, and I also heard that they didn't even beat him up because he snitched. He beat him up because he was disrespecting some Puerto Rican, and the Puerto Rican cats got at him. I don't know, but he's, like I said, he's a trophy. So whoever catch him slipping, beat him up, you know, Boozy done came out and said they want to start a GoFundMe for these cats that beat him up, and you know, that's you know, that's what it is. He a trophy. You know, but let this be a lesson to others in the gang life, the street life. If you know, if you thinking, you know, that's what you doing, and you thinking you tough, karma, full circle. Whatever you put out, you're gonna get back. So, you know, it's you know, it's really nothing to play with. You know, the people that are in the streets or in the gang life, they take that very seriously. It's a lifestyle to them. It's a way of life. It ain't no, oh, I'm going to take it off and put it on. This is how people live. So, you know, if you're not really about that, if you're not ready to take it seriously, don't get involved. Because there's cats that are willing to live behind it, die behind it, got homies that died for what they believe in, for their cause. There's homies doing life in prison, death row, you know, for the cause, whatever cause they believe in. It's serious. Don't think it ain't, because it is. And when, you know, these cats like 6ix9ine and these other cats get involved in a music game and they want to use it to promote themselves and boost their ego or whatever they doing, that it's a slippery slope. And, you know, it is what it is. You see what happens. Indictments. Homies that's not real end up snitching. And, you know, now like the assistant U.S. attorney said, he got to look over his shoulder for life. That's what it is. Hope you enjoy this video. peace, blessings, much love, much gratitude. See you on the next one.